Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's yoga practice. So, in today's session, we are going to do a hip opener. We're going to open up our hips for all my girls with some stiff hips. I know for women, we store a lot of our emotions in our hip area. So, today we're going to target that area. And also, we're going to do a butt lift, so some butt exercises to get our butts toned and looking peachy and beautiful. So roll out your mats and I will meet you at a downward dog. So in your downward dog, just take some breaths here, some deep breaths in and out here. Maybe do what feels good for you if you want to pedal your feet, but right now I just feel like taking some breaths in here, stretching my arms, my back, the back of my calves. And now we are going to take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to come to wave your spine and come into an upward facing dog / cobra. Breathing in and then breathing out as you make your way back into a downward dog. And we're going to do the same thing for about 2 more times. So breathe in, and then as you breathe out, wave your spine ever so gently. Come into your upward facing dog / cobra. And we'll do this one more time. Breathing in, coming into a downward dog, booties facing all the way up to the sky. Taking your deep breath in, maybe ankles coming to the floor, and then come to wave your spine as you breathe out, coming into your upward facing dog, and coming all the way back into your downward facing dog. And then breathe in as you reach your right leg all the way up into the sky. Remembering to square your hips, so make sure your hips aren't like opening. Otherwise, if you feel more comfortable with opening your hips in this 3-legged downward dog, then that is okay. But we will eventually all come to bend that right leg and take some hip rolls. So spin your hips clockwise. And then at your own time, in your own pace, come to twist your beautiful hips anti-clockwise. So basically the goal of, twisting our hips is to just warm up our glutes. But when you're done, come to your pigeon pose. Come bring your leg all the way to the front of your mat, coming into a pigeon pose. And we're going to stay here for a little while. So get comfortable and breathe in and breathe out. And then if you want, only if you want to, you can come to lay your elbows on the floor as well and take a lazy pigeon pose. Maybe come to rest on your arms if you'd like that. Otherwise, we're just going to stay here for a little while longer. Now, this next position is only if you are up for it and only if you have advanced yourself a little bit more in yoga. So you're going to come to bend your left leg and then come into this very intense pose. So bend your left leg and try to get your underfoot to touch your head. Otherwise, just please remain in pigeon pose, or maybe get a strap to help you, get to this position. Otherwise, if you're not feeling up to it, then don't do it. But for those of you who would like a little bit of a challenge, then I do challenge you to come into this position. Take some deep breaths in, because right now, as you're looking at me, I am feeling the stretch. It's a bit difficult to, stay calm, but I'm reminding myself to stay calm and breathe in and breathe out. And now I'm letting my foot go. So come to let your foot go as well. And then come to bring that same left leg that we were bending. Come to bring it all the way to the front of your mat. And then stack it right on top of your right leg. So you're going to create a trapezium shape with your legs. Making sure that your legs are literally stacked, your left leg, is stacked exactly on top of your right foot. And then you're going to breathe your hands all the way up. And then as you breathe out, come to walk your hands to the left side of your mat. The side where your left foot is facing. Also, guys, please remember to breathe, especially in this position. Take some deep breaths in, maybe for a count of 4, breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding for 2, 1, and breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Or otherwise, create your own breathing pattern, just as long as you are breathing in deeply into those tight, sore spaces where all of your emotions have stored themselves. Breathe into them, and then maybe come to rest your elbows in this position. And then come to walk your hands in the middle of your mat so that your hands and your arms are in direct alignment with the rest of your body. And we're going to be here for 2 more breaths. And then come to walk your hands all the way back to center. Come to breathe your hands all the way up into the sky. And as you breathe out, your right arm meets your left knee. Left arm comes all the way to the back of your mat as we take a twisty position. Remember to breathe in as you elongate your spine and breathe out to twist even deeper. And then come to lift your left arm all the way up. Bring it to your right knee as you round your spine. Chin comes to your chest. Feels so good, I know. And then release your hands, uncross your arms. Breathe your arms all the way up into the sky once again. And then come to find a downward facing dog. And then in your downward facing dog, we're going to take it to the other side. Lift your left leg this time. Square your hips. Make sure you aren't opening your hips. Otherwise, if it feels good to open your hips, then open your hips. But either way, we're going to come to bend our left knee and take our hip circles. Remember to reverse your circles, but please operate at your own time. Then lift your left leg and then bring your left leg all the way to the front of your mat, coming into a yummy pigeon pose. We're going to stay here for a little while, but at your own pace. Either come to remain as we are right now, or come to bring your elbows all the way to the floor for a lazy pigeon pose. But we will be here for a little while, so just breathe. And again, for those of you who would like a little challenge, come to bend your right leg this time and try to get your right leg to meet your head. Otherwise, if you are having a little bit of trouble with this, grab a strap or just stay in a pigeon pose. But either way, remember to breathe in deeply, especially if you are challenging yourself and doing this extreme sport that I'm doing right now. And then gently release your right leg. And just like we did on the other side, you're going to bring your right leg all the way to the front, and you're going to stack your right leg right on top of your left leg, creating that trapezium shape that we did in the beginning. So making sure your legs are basically creating this trapezium shape. And just like we did before, you're going to breathe your hands all the way up into the sky. And as you breathe out, walk your hands to the right side of your mat, or the side where your right foot is facing. And when you are ready, or if you would like, come to maybe place your elbows on the floor, just kind of see what feels good. Play around with the pain, the good pain, of course. Play around with what feels better, maybe you'd like to stretch your arms, or maybe you'd like your elbows to be on the floor. Just see what feels good. And then, as we did before, come to walk your arms to the middle of your mat so that your arms are aligning directly with your body. And we're going to do the same thing, stretching your arms all the way forward, seeing how that transition felt. as you breathe out, come to walk your hands all the way back to center. We're going to breathe our arms all the way up into the sky. Your left arm meets your right leg, your right knee. Right arm comes all the way to the back of your mat, coming into a twisted position. Remember to breathe in as you elongate your spine, and then breathe out to come into a deeper spinal twist. And then breathe your right arm all the way up. Let it meet your left knee as you round your spine. Chin comes to your chest. Breathing in, feels so good. Oh yes. And then uncross your arms. Breathe your hands all the way up once again. Come into a tabletop. Okay guys, so now we've come to the butt exercise portion of this practice. So lay your elbows flat on your yoga mat. You're gonna lift your right leg, and we're basically just going to be lifting our legs, toning our butts in the practice. So we'll start 1, we'll do this 20 times, 2, 3, foot lands on the opposite side, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, don't give up, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 3 more, 18, 2 more, 19, last one, 20. Okay, now you can rest. Come to bend your right leg around your spine as your right knee tries to meet your chest, and then elongate your right leg once again. Lift your left arm and then come to pull your right leg all the way up, coming into this very cool position, this diamond leg pose. Breathing in, finding your balance, and then gently releasing your leg. Very, very gently. And now for some peeing dogs. Open your leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, don't give up, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, last one, 12, and you can relax. Come into a downward facing dog and take a breath here. And then come all the way up into your tabletop. We're going to take 1 cat and cow, breathing in as you drop your belly, and then breathe out as you round your spine. And then come to drop your elbows all the way down to the floor. We're going to take this to the other side, so lift your left leg this time, and doing the same thing. So we're going to lift for 1, 2, drop your foot on the other side, 3, on the right side, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, last one, and 20. Come to bend that left knee, round your spine, knee comes to your chest. Lift that left leg once again, and then lift your right arm, and then come to lift your left leg all the way up using your right arm as a support. Remember to find your balance in this position, and then gently come to drop your left leg down. And then we're going to come into our peeing dog. So come for 1, 2, open that left leg. 3, I know it burns, but keep going. 4, think of how sexy you're going to be. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's burning me too, don't worry. 10, 2 more. 11, last one. 12, and then rest. For a deeper back stretch, come to lift the palms of your hands off of the mat, so balancing your arms only on your fingertips. And then come into a tabletop. We'll come to drop our bellies to breathe in, and then breathe out as you round your spine. Yeah. And then come to find a seated position. Okay guys, so in your seated position, I want you to come stack your right knee right on top of your left knee. So you're going to create this triangular shape, this weird triangular shape with your legs instead of a trapezium like we did the last time. It's still a very yummy hip opener. And then you're going to come to walk your hands forward in this yummy hip opener. And then come to walk your hands all the way back, and we're going to take this to the other side. So uncross your legs, right leg folds underneath, and your left leg stacks itself right on top of your right leg. So your left knee is on top of your right knee. And we're gonna do the same thing. Just walk your arms, your hands forward. And then come to uncross your legs. Find a wide-legged position. So bust your legs wide open. Come to flex your toes so that your toes are facing you. And then walk your hands all the way forward and come to maybe either lay your elbows down or just see how far you can get forward. But if this is too intense, then just do what feels good for you. We're going to be here for 2 more cycles of breath. And then walk your hands all the way back to center. Come find an actual seated position, your natural lotus, as we close this practice off with a little meditation. breathe your hands all the way up to the sky. Palms meet and bring them all the way down to your heart. Thank you guys for joining me in this practice. See you in my next one. Namaste.